Good evening. This is Dr. Shahid Razabarni from Pune, Maharashtra, India. Today I have come with a different subject on the controversial transfer of a very upright officer of Indian Administrative Services, Dr. Mr. Tukaram Munde. The Maharashtra government transferred Tukaram Munde on November 29th, roughly 3 months after he took up the post. An IAS officer of the 2005 batch who has been appreciated by citizens for his no-nonsense attitude. Munde has been transferred 16 times so far in his 12 years tenure. Now, what was all this contest of things was he could not get along with the Minister of Health, that is of Maharashtra government, Mr. Sawant, Tanaji Sawant. And accordingly, when he complained to the minister, to the Chief Minister, Mr. Eknath Shinde, in a complaint, the Chief Minister, following which the officer was shifted from the post of Director National Rural Health Mission and Commissioner Health and Family Welfare. This is nothing new in India. We have seen Mr. Ashok Khamke of Haryana, who has been transferred 20 times in his 16 years of services. So those honest people who are upright people are not accepted, appreciated, and the corruption has, as the people in the corridors of power in Maharashtra says, that the corruption has increased twice than what it was in the previous government. So the Eknath Shinde, Devendra Fadnavis government is not having a good reputation now, which for it was known. So we look into what happened and why it should be. You see, there are many things in the thing. Now, if you look at Munde, he did what was known for conducting surprise visits on hospitals to check whether the staff was working and taking the officers to task if he found them slacking off or not following rules. Sawant, however, seemed to believe otherwise and thus sent the letter demanding Munde's transfer to Chief Minister Shinde on November 9. This was what we knew it very well in the November first week, and I have told people asked me what it was, and I have told that time that there is no smoke without fire, and definitely he was not getting well with the minister. But if you look into all the political things, what happened in these things is that Tukaram Munde was given all side posting. He was before the Secretary of Human Rights Commission doing nothing. But an upright officer, he did not complain, he did not do anything. Then there was something, what are rumors in the Mantralaya, that as there were many complaints of allegations against the Health Minister Tanaji Sawant, the Deputy Chief Minister, another upright person, as far as I know, Devendra Fadnavis, he brought in Tukaram Munde from the side posting to this health department to improve the things, to eradicate corruption to some extent. Now what happened? What Munde did by taking surprise visits and taking tasks and slacking off or not following the rules of those officials, they were so upset that they complained to Sawant. However, Sawant seemed to believe otherwise, and there was the letter why he wrote another thing. Now what happened? The letter charges Munde with a host of irregularities, from threatening the health department staff to the insubordinate act of removing a senior executive engineer from his post, despite the Minister Sawant directing him not to take any decisions immediately. It says many doctors' associations were upset with style of functioning and also mentions that Sawant himself was upset that the Munde would not take his calls on his cell phones. Very strange. Now, why you are bringing pressure? Because, as they say in Hindi, dal mein kuch kala hai. There is something black in that. So he was having all those things. People were upset with him because he was upright. He was moving the corrupt officials from one place to another, and this did not go well with the minister. So there has to be some complaints to be built. And a person who was brought by Devendra Fadnavis to change the thing is suddenly transferred. It is very shocking for the people and residents and the people of Maharashtra. They are not willing to take this thing. Now what happened? The CM sought a report from the Chief Secretary Manu Kumar Srivastava upon receiving Sawant's letter on November 14th. The Chief Minister's office asked the Principal Secretary Health Sanjay Khandare to seek Munde's response to the letter. Sources in the government said that the Munde was transferred the same day he submitted his reply to the Health Department. See, at a lightning speed, this was all transferred. You see. The officers also changed. They succumb to the pressure. And now what happens? A senior officer who was close to Tukaram Munde said that he was dynamic, result-oriented and honest. During the meeting with the CM, there was no warning given to Tukaram Munde. He said, as for the transfer of the executive engineer, the latter was on deputation to the National Health Mission and his predecessor had not allowed him an extension. Now what I am quoting about is from a very good report in the Hindustan Times. This was published recently on this whole issue. But we have talked about this of Munde going to get the sack because the minister was not getting well with him. And you know what? For what reasons? We all know. We know that greasing of arms and palms and all that thing. So what happened? Sawant, when the Hindustan Times correspondent, he questioned the minister. So what was his reply about this thing of his company? He says, all ministers were disturbed by Munde's behavior and hence I wrote a letter. Chief Secretary Srivastava and Chief Minister's spokesman did not respond to calls and text messages. So now the Chief Secretary is also, Srivastava is not also listening to him, and the Chief Minister's spokesman also is not responding to the calls and text messages of this Minister Sawant. So again, the dal mein kuch kala hai. There is no smoke without fire, as we say. So there was something wrong, and this has not gone well with the bureaucracy, and also with the. And now who governs? If you upset the bureaucracy, the whole political system goes into a very dangerous situation. So you have to, you cannot sack the IAS officer. You cannot even suspend him for more than a week. So if a minister is complaining, oh, look here, all the ministers were disturbed. Now then who are the ministers? He has to identify who are the ministers. He is not identifying the ministers, but it was his only one-man army battle. That is what the people are saying. Now what happened into later on? Now we'll look how good is this and how correct is the stand by the Chief Minister Shinde. Now I think so many of the people, many of the politicians and many of the activists have told me that they are going to take this issue on a high level with the Prime Minister. It will go. They can do it. If they can take up with the governor and like, this is nothing. So what in my language, what I would say that the